people who are going, I don't know, it's the King Boss. Welcome back again. I'm still working on my home cloud. This time I'm going to be using a Raspberry Pi 5 with Open Media Vault to create Nazberry Pi. I didn't come up with this amazing name. I saw it online and I just had to steal it. The aim of this video is to get the Raspberry Pi operating system downloaded and written to my micro SD card, and also to install Open Media Vault on top of that. Step one, you need to go to Google and type in Raspberry Pi OS or Raspberry Pi operating system. The first website you see is probably the one you're going to want to use. So I'm going to click on that. It's going to take me through to the Raspberry Pi website. And the only thing you need to do at this stage, if you're using Windows, you need to download this program here. Mac OS, you click there. For Ubuntu, you click there. I have Windows, so I'm going to download the Windows one. It's a very, very tiny program. Once it's finished downloading, you go ahead and you open it. So I'm going to click on it from my Google Chrome browser. But if you don't have that, you can go to your downloads folder and open it from there. It's going to ask if I want to install. Do you want to allow this app to make changes to your device? I'm going to select yes. You need to do the same thing. Let me drag this across on the screen. From here, I'm just going to click install. I'm not going to change anything. Let it do its thing. Once the installation is finished, it's going to ask if you want to run the Raspberry Pi imager. I'm going to select yes. So click finish, and that should open the imager straight away. This is the Raspberry Pi imager open here on my PC. Now, all I need to do, I need to plug my memory card into the adapter and plug that into my laptop. Not everyone is going to need an adapter. Some of you guys might have PCs that have a micro SD card slot. Put it in there. You should be good to go. Let me quickly show you guys what I'll be using. This is Raspberry Pi 5. I'm using the official Raspberry Pi 5 case, the one that comes with the fan, and I believe I put some heat sinks on there as well. So that's all that is. I have a SanDisk Extreme Pro 64 gigabyte. You don't need anything this crazy, but I'll be booting directly from this instead of an SSD. So that's why I'm trying to use a really good one. Just a simple adapter I'm going to plug into my PC to be able to write the operating system to the memory card. A 2.5-inch Kingston SSD connected via SATA. However, I'm actually going to be connecting this via USB. So I could boot from that drive as well, but to be honest, for what my network speeds are, I think it's a bit overkill anyway. So I'm just going to use this drive as my testing drive for transferring files to and from, because the mini PC I have in a previous series of, well, in this series, because the mini PC I have in this same series is using exactly the same drive and is connected via USB as well. So hopefully that should be good. Last but not least, I'll be using the Raspberry 5 power supply. This is the official one that came from the Raspberry Pi Foundation or company. I'm not using anything extra because I think this should work fine. I'm only powering a SATA SSD, which shouldn't take that much power to be fair. So let's get started. After plugging in the SD card into the adapter, I'm going to simply plug this into my laptop. You might hear the USB connected sound. The first option is Raspberry Pi device. I have a Raspberry Pi 5, so I'm going to select Raspberry Pi 5 from the list. If you have a different one, please go ahead and choose that. The operating system, I'm going to choose Raspberry Pi OS 64-bit Lite, so not the version that comes up here initially. You have to go to Raspberry Pi OS Other, and then from there you can select 64-bit Lite. Now, the reason I'm using a 64-bit version, I have an 8 gigabyte Raspberry Pi 5. If you have anything less than 8 gigs, or 4, 2, or 1, then ideally you want to stick with the 32-bit version because that's going to work a lot better. 32-bit operating systems can only utilize 3 point something gigabytes of RAM, that, as far as I can remember, whereas 64-bit versions can utilize anything to be fair, from 1 upwards. So I'm going to select Raspberry Pi OS 64-bit Lite and choose storage. I'm going to select my 63.9 gigabyte SD card there. Edit settings, no. Would you like to apply operating system customization settings? I'm going to click no. Yes, continue. And once this finishes, then we can pop this into the Raspberry Pi and then install Open Media Vault on it directly.